Really what Rapha kind of took me by surprise was just in practice he's always playing with pressure, and in matches of course he's doing the same. I think just this time around, you know, his experience and my capacity to deal with that pressure just wasn't quite ready. I think you need a certain type of momentum, and I just didn't have it during this series. My main takeaway from playing Rapha is like just being able to deal with the pressure better. I think that like my mindset kind of got me in the way of understanding how I can really use my skill set. I've been playing really good lately, and I've really felt that I actually had a pretty good chance at beating him. And I think that, you know, all these expectations and such like this, that it kind of got in the way of me being able to actually use my skills. That's something that I'll have to like contemplate by myself and try to figure out how I can limit that for next time. Week 10 versus Nosfa. In this match, I was really kind of going in with the approach of how the game functions in a high ping versus high ping game. The game kind of feels different every time you play with some form of ping difference. You either like connect a lot of damage or you just don't connect anything. My approach was to like really pick champions that kind of had like damage abilities that are not so easy to dodge, are able to like flip control quite quickly, because like there is no way to really dodge damage. So you're kind of just like playing this like frenzy of a matchup where you just kind of keep going. In game 1, when I found my stride, when I went from 6-6 to 10-6, was firstly I needed to just like calm myself down at the start of the match. He was able to just like really connect a lot of damage with me, and I just like every time when I would like hit him, it's really strange, like the animation would show but then like no damage would come up. So I was like trying to just like really pace the game as slow as possible and just keep the frags low. Once I started to like actually get a clean kill, that's when I started to play like the corners a bit better, so that like if he just happened to like push this corner, I could really just do a lot of damage quickly and just kill him there. And on this map, on this matchup, it's really, you know, momentum based. As soon as I get a clean kill like this and he doesn't have the turret, well, I can just like keep pushing it.
ZenAku wins that 10-6, and I must say that's been a good response from ZenAku, because I think a lot of us were pretty worried with how this matchup was going to go, especially after the first few minutes.
Thought process in the last minute of game 2 on VALE of PNATH. I just need to play a bit slower. I actually had the time and I had the control, but my nervousness kind of like kicked in. I managed to kill him and make the game like 4-5, and then I get the mega, and then as I'm going to heavy, I like miss the jump. I don't know, it's like I just have to fall down and pick up this item, and then I have a bit more leeway kind of like pushing into where he is. There's also a bit of like logic as well that I kind of missed, which was like, you know, when you're pushing someone at the last minute of the game, it's not very good to go like low to high ground. It's always better to go like high ground to low ground, just because of just like how the game would flow. I mean, he's able to like, you know, stop me in my momentum, but if I'm coming from high to low, I'm able to like actually do something there. There wasn't that much time left. I had to kind of like go for a gamble. It just didn't really work out.
I must say, ZenAku had a lot of clutch rails when Nosfa had a huge stack and just trying to keep him away. Did it on numerous occasions. It should have been like 8 or 9-4, but ZenAku was able to keep it as tight and competitive as possible.
Game 3 was very similar to what happened in game 2, where it was like, because as I was explaining earlier, it's so hard to dodge damage, and because I actually made a mistake with the picks. In my opinion, I should have actually picked Strog based on the ping matchup. And we saw it like multiple times in this game where he's using the Pika. I'm like trying to rail it, and then like the rail just goes right through it, or it just like skims past it because the game is so like, it feels so not smooth. And I just like, I did play a little bit scared. When it was only one frag and I'm pushing into the item, if I take like a bad rocket, I also kind of like lose the game pretty quickly. So you have to kind of really play this matchup where you're shooting spam rockets and just trying to like hit any early damage which would give you an advantage to just like push and kill him in one go. And unfortunately, I can't remember the exact sequence, but he like rails me when I'm like only 100 HP and he has both items, and at that point it's like basically a miracle has to happen. He would have to just like walk into some damage at this point for me to still win.
But now ZenAku needs to rely on picking up these lights, which he does, uses the split, but he's on 28 HP. Nosfa rails him right at the very end, and Nosfa takes that series 2-1.
Versus Effortless, I mean, he's doing not so good in the league at the moment, so I guess I'm feeling a bit more confident against him. You know, I think that I'm still going to try to prepare as best as I can for this match. Our past history, I think actually we've always had like pretty close games. It's mainly due to his like playstyle. Like he likes to fight a lot. So I'm just going to kind of be ready for that and picking maps that are kind of not going to allow this kind of flow to happen. And we'll just see. I think, you know, compared to my last matches, I really need to chill down a little bit. You know, still play hard, but just relax. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys can support me and I'll stop losing games. That would be nice. But until then, thanks again, and I'll see you boys soon. Catch up.